Alright guys, you know what? This is my third time trying to stream today. I was interrupted first time because they... Am I even online? I'm not. Why am I not online? Or am I? It looks like I am now. So yeah. So my third attempt to stream today, because I tried once, and I was playing this new song, or not a song, the performance of Aussie tribute band on MTV Awards this year, and they cut my stream because they said I was, doing copyright, which is okay. I did it, and then I needed to do it again, and I did it again, and again I was interrupted because my phone rang, and I am streaming from a phone. So yeah. No, seriously, I don't know if I'm online or not. If you're attempting to do something for the third time. Am I live? It says I'm live, I don't know. Okay, let's pretend I'm live. So the point is, yeah, I am live, but I'm on private. So very cool, man. Because I needed to put it on private, the videos before, right? So you don't see me being interrupted, you know? So, okay, let's see now. I'm again alive. Am I? Okay, never mind, let's just talk. So the point was, I was talking about MTV Awards 2025 and the performance of Ozzy Osbourne tribute band, and I was interrupted for 2 times. And the point is, I liked the performance, but what I didn't like, the bottom line is, I didn't like the idea to put this tribute band to play a show on MTV Awards and count it as a rock. Because if you want to bring rock back, which you don't, so MTV doesn't want to bring rock back, and I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying here is that this was pathetic. It was pathetic to put only this tribute band to play a rock show, because there is absolutely a place for rock and roll on this occasion, which is called MTV, but is not broadcasted on MTV, it is broadcasted on CBS. Yeah. So, and if you go and watch, I'm not gonna do it again because they cut me, they interrupted me. You'll see people enjoying and singing these songs. Everybody knows all these songs, but I don't know, man. Where's the rock and roll in it? Wow. Well, yeah, they did have a category, the Best Rock Awards for. They had Linkin Park, okay. Lenny Kravitz, I mean, then Green Day, okay. Another big band. Coldplay, is that rock? I don't know. And 21 Pilots, is that rock? I don't know. But why? I mean, and of course they had this tribute show. They had Yungblud, Ozzy, Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, and Nuno Bettencourt. Now I'm asking, if you can arrange this, which was cool, why can't you arrange something else? Why can't you have Sleep Token for the best metal category? Why can't you have Ghost for the best rock category? Those are the bands that are ruling the world right now. Not only them, there are a lot of other acts. But you decide to give me Lenny Kravitz, which only song I know is back in the day, in 2000s, I was watching VH1. Okay. And there was this commercial or jingle on VH1 that was going like something, and it was his song was there. Or you go my way, something like that. And I remember that song from that jingle on VH1. I mean, what other songs did this guy, you know, do for 20 years? I don't know. But what I know is that if you want to bring back here, and rock deserves to be here, you know what? Yeah, most of you are going to say, no, 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 no. Rock doesn't even need to be there. Yes, it does. But if you really want to bring it back, then bring it back with a style. Then find bands like Ghost, like Dogma, like Creeper, like, I don't know, sleaze bands, Crash Diet, Crazy Leaks. Why? They don't deserve to be there. Really? I mean, why? What is the reason that they don't deserve to be there? The best two albums this year, in my opinion, so far released are Ghost Skeletta and Crazy Leaks Thrill of the Bite. And I'm some kind of music lover, analyst, tastemaker, journalist, right? At least one of these albums, one of these bands could have been here. I mean, why? Or metal. You can have Sleep Token, you can have Architects, you can have all these bands that I don't really follow and listen, Lorna Shore, whatever they are. Why not? They're good bands. People love them, especially Sleep Token. They're moving things like Ghost. Sleep Token was headlining Download, Ghost, you know, and both bands went #1, and Ghost had a magnificent tour in Europe and USA. I mean, I really don't understand this. And then you give us a tribute band for a guy who died, who had an amazing tribute show dedicated to him, which was broadcasted, and 5 million people were watching this at the time. And now we have this. I mean, the bottom line here is, so someone needs to die for them to allow rock on MTV Awards again. Pathetic, man, pathetic. So that's one side of the story. And the other side of the story is me, you know, being okay with this. Because if you watch this, you'll see people enjoying. You'll see this young guy, Yungblud, mixed with Old Blood, with Aerosmith, singing together and everything. That's cool. That's what I want to see. And all this is sparking some attention to rock music. Let's go to Loudwire. See, this is Loudwire. Check out the headlines. Who played drums on plus bass for the MTV VMAs? This is a article that you cannot write if you don't have this thing happening, so you can write about it. And then the last thing Ozzy Osbourne told Nuno Bettencourt. Again, one more thing about this. And let's load more, because there are more. Rock icons play tribute to Ozzy Osbourne show. And then when things like this happen, then you have, you know, you have the attention that rock needs to have as a genre. I'm not saying here that rock needs to be mainstream and biggest genre again, but at least it deserves something, man. Look how cool they look like. Old guys, leather, young guy in leather. He wore this Ozzy Osbourne necklace that he gave him. He wore also Iggy Pop's pants. Cool. A lot of references to the other, you know, bigger, older artists. Everything was perfect, you know. So my point is, why can't you give Ghost a chance? Sleep Token and all these bands to be here. They need this. After these performances, we go online and we talk about things. We journalists can write about things. We can express our feelings and our, you know, what do we think about it? You guys can express feelings. We can talk about what do we think about it. We can discuss. We have something, because rock and roll is stale, man. Nothing is happening. Nothing interesting has happened in the last 2 weeks or months or two. Nothing. Just boring. Same old records being released. Same old things. No, you know, nothing worth of being discussed. Cliche, medium, mids. You know, being medium is what rock and roll is. Nothing sticks out, nothing goes down, and nothing. But here we have something. We have something. Let's talk about Yungblud. Is Yungblud a leader of the new generation of rock? I don't know. I don't think so yet, because I as I always do, I go and research this artist, and I know who he is long before this, long before Back to the Beginning. And what I saw there, a lot of potential I saw there. But I think that Yungblud needs to, if he wants to be a leader of a new rock generation, he needs to go more into rock. Because his music is too pop, too, you know, I don't know how to say it, too, not modern, but like, too easy, too, you know, I don't know. Look at him. I would like to have this dude being a rock and roll, you know, leader, and along with her, with Taylor Momsen, for example. She's also a great rock and roller. Look at them two. This is what rock and roll should be, not these guys. I mean, these guys are legends. But we need Yungblud. We have Yungblud. Yungblud, not the artist, the people. But we don't give them a chance. So I would love to see. Imagine having these awards, and imagine you having like Motley Crue, Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee going there to announce the winner of the, you know, the new hair glam metal artist of the year. And they go there, all, you know, in their attire, leather, crayons, everything, and they open up this envelope and say, and the winner is Cruel Intentions. And the guys from Cruel Intentions go there, and we watch them, and we, you know, we're happy for them if we're fans. I'm a fan of that band. And they say something, and they say, yeah, man, we worked hard for this. Thank you so much. And then they play, and then we have a famous performance of them, like we used to have in the 80s and the 90s when Guns N' Roses performed, when Kurt Cobain and Axl Rose were in a fight. Maybe Cruel Intentions are in a fight with some band. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just giving you an example. Or we can see her, I don't know, performing Taylor Momsen, The Pretty Reckless, and we can see, I don't know why, we can see Extreme, Nuno Bettencourt doing this amazing solo from Rise. We need stuff like that under the cameras, because we don't have any. Well, have we taught anything from Back to the Beginning, guys? What was the, you know, how can I say this? What can we take from it? We can say that Back to the Beginning was the biggest rock show ever that happened, and that we watched and enjoyed together, and it brings us, all of the rock and metal community all over the world to talk about it, to discuss it, to watch the videos, and to do everything. And this is what we need in rock music. If MTV doesn't want to give rock a chance, a proper chance again, then I'll just say we need something else. Then we need a platform that can make this only for rock, which would be even better than if rock goes on MTV Awards and only 5 to 6 bands go there. What if we have a rock and metal awards where we can divide them into genres? We can have the best new metal act, Sleep Token, Lorna Shore, Architects, I don't know, these new bands, and then we can have the best, you know, album performers of the year, Ghost, for example. Ghost should be here. Ghost is a perfect band for this. And then we can have, I know, best female singer. Or if you don't want that, if you don't want to, you know, separate female from male, never mind, put them all into one category. Why not? I'm all for this. Best guitarist, best this, best that, and they all go there, and they all being there, you know, with all the acts that are not participating, acts that are participating, best this band, best that band. This is what we need. And every year we could talk about it. Every year we can, you know, discuss it and have fun and watch videos and saying, hey, this was legendary. Crazy Lake's performance on Rock and Metal Awards of 2025 was legendary. They played, I don't know what they have played, some song, you know, whatever. And I truly believe that this would help rock music, because like this, me doing reaction videos for one, you know, band, the other guy doing for another one. I'm me writing here about these things, the other side's writing for completely different things, and we're both like rock metal journalists. It's so decentralized, and it doesn't help. I mean, I wrote a lot of these articles for Crash Diet, for Cruel Intentions, even for Peacemaker. Not many people opened this, but that's another problem. That's a problem with how do you consume things today in music. Do you watch videos? This is why I make these videos, because I want to both things, but never mind. So yeah, bottom line is, I think rock and roll could be better if we can have something like MTV Awards. But if MTV doesn't want to have rock, then okay, let's make our own awards. Because if you remember, if you were following Junkyard, I had these, Junkyard Awards made in December 2024. We were, doing this for the how can I say this, for something like, awards, giving awards for the best bands of the 2024. We had best rock moment, we had best content creators, were interesting. I put some content creators that I was following. Then we had best rock videos 2024. Check this out, Crazy Leaks, Little Miss Dangerous. What if Crazy Leaks can play this on some stage, and we have a young people in the crowd, and we have Yungblud, and we have Machine Gun Kelly, and we have Motley Crue, and we have Axl Rose there, and everybody. Why not? I mean, what, they don't deserve to do this? Then we had best legacy artist videos. Look, Ozzy's video won. Then we had best heavy rock song, Crossbones Scully. Then we had best legacy band, Slash. Then we had best sleaze glam hair metal song of 2024, Suicide Bombers, Dynamite Playlist. Why not? Why not being them on that stage? And what's the point of me showing you this? So best alternative, best punk and roll. We had punk and roll. We had Prophets of Addiction, for example. They won this category. Artist of the year. Look at the artist: Crossbones Scully, Suicide Bombers, Budderside, great band, Kissing Dynamite, Wild Street. So Budderside stopped being a band because these guys, the singer is doing something, Patrick, he's doing some, tribute kind of stuff. Guitarist Sam Bam is playing with Faster Pussycat, that's better for him. But what if Budderside was playing on this Rock and Metal Awards 2025, and millions of people watched it, and millions of people saw how good this band is, and they start, following them, listening to their music, buying their albums, and all of a sudden Sam Bam doesn't even need to play with Faster Pussycat, and Patrick comes back and reforms Budderside, and Budderside is the newest big band from America, from LA. They're from LA, by the way. Do you see the point? See what I'm talking about? And I had up-and-coming artists. Look, Lady Strange, Shotgun Sally, Cobra Spell, new artists. You never ever even heard about these artists. And the bottom line here is, a lot of people chimed in to participate in this. A lot of these bands wanted to want this, a small award from a small website. And now imagine this on a bigger level. How many people will chime in there? If we can have this every year, that would be awesome. So this is an idea. Here's an idea for all of you. If you want to make this, you big production companies, I don't know who can make this. Televisions, music instrument firms, big YouTube channels, whoever. If you want my help, I can help you. Just, call me, contact me. I can help you with this. I can help you at least with sleaze glam category. I can give you some bands that deserve to be there. We can do this, guys. If a small website like Junkyard can do this, I don't see why this cannot be like a thing to help rock and roll. Or we can have Dogma. See, do you see this here? See, this is a band, Dogma. They're from South America, and this band is so popular that in last month or more they are just topping this trending section on my website. Trending section is the section where the most viewed articles go. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places for Dogma. Then we have Guns N' Roses, and then we have Dogma again. So 6 out of 10 places is Dogma, man. Have you heard about this band? Do you think this band can go and perform in one of these best rock and metal awards? Like, this band deserves to be there. I mean, I don't know. See? People love this band. People are crazy about this band. And you have me 21 Pilots. You have me 21 Pilots, man, on MTV Awards. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so guys, are you there? 6 views, 2 concurrent viewers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, wasting your time with my broken English. So subscribe if you want. Help a friend there, and I mean, I don't know what to say. Just, we really need something more here. And what else can we talk about? I don't know. What do you want to talk about, guys? You can ask some questions if you want. I'm here for listening. You can write in the chat, or if you don't want, that's okay too. Yeah. So that was the story I wanted to record today, about MTV. So I don't like it, but because it happened because someone died. Ozzy died, and they had this, tribute show, tribute band for him. But on the other hand, I saw a positive, reactions on internet. People really enjoyed it, and it's not only that people are enjoying it. I see this as something like, a good thing to shake up things in rock and roll, a good thing to make bands like this, like Dogma, like the bands I showed you, interesting to a lot of people. So that's why I suggested, let's make a rock and metal awards show every year, but we from the metal and rock community, we can all help. I can help, and we can have fun, and we can make this legendary as well as it once was. So yeah, enough about this. Let's talk about what else is new. As I said in this video, not much is new and good, Like Peacemaker, there was a season, episode 3 was aired, and I checked it out. It was only one music worth of writing, Ozzy's Dreamer. And I'll put a post about it here, because I promised, but that's not much, man. And then we have this Helloween, new album from Helloween, which I listened, and I wrote a track by track song meanings, which is something new, instead of, doing a review. But I did review it, because every new album I listen, I grade it, I rate it, and I review it in my head at least. And this album got 7 out of 10, so it's okay. Nothing special. Interesting topics, you can check out this. And anyway, speaking about album reviews, I'm not doing them because nobody wants to read the reviews. In my opinion, they are not even necessary anymore, because you can all hear the album before I even write about it. So why do I need to waste my time for 3 views after that? Yeah, basically. So that's it. Let's see what we have on Loudwire. Is there something else besides the thing we have just talked about, MTV Awards? New metal radio hits you may have forgotten, Creed, big bands, different rock artists play late night TV shows. Okay. Sebastian Bach, yes, Sebastian Bach. And we have, what else do we have? We we can talk about... well, we'll talk about Sebastian Bach. So he got mad on a fan that asked him, "Can I hug you?" or something like that. I mean, I don't know, man. Sebastian Bach, where is the explanation? Had some choice of words for a fan whom he ejected from Chewy Metal concert in Las Vegas. Rock and roll, Foo Fighters. You can watch Bach's profanity letter message below. "This bitch, get her the fuck out on here," Bach says in the video. "She comes up while I'm talking to my wife and says, 'Hey, can Sebastian give me a hug? I'm not a fucking monkey. Get your fucking ugly ass fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.'" And he says all this online, not online, but live on a show. I mean, and then we ask ourselves, hey, why is this guy not, reuniting with Skid Row? Let's hear.
She comes up while I'm talking to my wife saying, "Give me a hug? I'm not a fucking monkey. Get your fucking ugly ass the fuck out of here. Get her the fuck out of here."
You're not gonna reunite with Skid Row with this behavior, man. I'm sorry. Because that's exactly what they don't want, again, as I understand them. And I mean, speaking to a fan like this, the girl, I suppose it was a girl, she only wanted a hug. Man, you're a rock star. You're supposed to give her a hug. And what else can we do? Sleaze rocks. Let's do sleaze rocks. Eclipse and Johnny Joelli live at Manifesto Bar in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Nice. Okay, the Midnight Devils frontman Sam Spade feels there's not a lot of party bands anymore. It's bad at all. The critics don't report on the great things happening out there. That isn't the headline that's going to get a million clicks. True. I truly believe that we are in the coolest time and space rock and roll has to offer. Nah. We are on the verge of a cataclysmic changing of the guard. As the older bands start to retire and go away, up-and-coming new bands are going to have to step up, take their places. The Midnight Devils have been, that's true, but that is not going to happen because we didn't embrace the new bands enough in the last 20 years for them to become big again. Not again, to become big at all. The Midnight Devils have been touring and releasing albums for nearly 10 years, which in itself is impressive. We are becoming a household name just through sheer word of mouth. Relentlessly touring our asses off. Rock and roll isn't going anywhere, and there is a demand now more than ever for bands that make people feel good. That's okay. There aren't a lot of party rock and roll bands anymore, and I think that puts us in a very exciting position. Rock and roll isn't dead, but it's also isn't something for the faint of the heart. There's only one way. You have to be all in it. Okay. My point was, let's make something where we can gather these bands and give them a chance. What if the Midnight Devils perform on these Rock and Metal Awards, and people love them so much, and they become new Motley Crue, and Motley Crue goes out there and give them a prize for winning this year's awards? This is what I'm talking about. Sam Spade may be right. I mean, he is right. The critics don't report on the great things happening out there. This isn't the headline that's going to get a million clicks. True. I know for a fact that when Midnight Devils played with Suicide Bombers in Norway, in Olvik, which is somewhere there, near, they had a great time. They had a lot of interesting rock and roll things happen, this or that. Nobody even reported on this. I saw this on the internet. I wanted to ask Chris from Suicide Bombers about it, or Sam for that matter, but I didn't because I knew that it won't generate any clicks. That's it. It won't. It will generate few clicks, three clicks. And why revealing something cool like that for 3 clicks? I don't know. So he's right. And this is the problem we're in with rock and roll. There's a lot of things you can write about. There's a lot of things you can report or talk about in these, episodes on YouTube. But people are just not interested in any of it. In any of it. So I'm sorry, but it's how it is. And I would like to change that by giving rock and roll a bigger chance. Okay, Cassidy Paris drops a video for a new single. Cassidy is a young female artist. I think she's on Frontiers. Some, melodic rock kind of thing. Sideburn. Semi-by. Dizzy Reed, man. Keyboardist Dizzy Reed. Guns N' Roses keyboardist Dizzy Reed released a new album. Interesting album. I started listening it today. I only did two first songs and I loved them. Revolution, LA, grunge, man. Grungy tune. And DIB, so far a hit song. Then Contact I heard. That's a little bit boring. And then I'll go down later when I go to walk my dog. I listen to it again. Interesting, and this picture here is actually a picture of him when he was young, which is reported here. I guess I'm 11 or 12 years old here. Interesting stuff with Dizzy Reed. I reviewed one of his albums back in 2018. Not one of his albums, his album from 2018. It was a great record. I really loved it. He can, write and produce really good music. Let me tell you, really good music. And this album is going to be maybe even better than the first one. But then again, it's lame, man. It's lame that the Guns N' Roses keyboardist and his album is the best thing that happened like after Ghost and like this is the first album, 2018, great album. Like this is the best thing that happened in last 2 months. I mean, I would like this album to be like the 10th great album in the last 2 or 3 months. Not like, but I'm not saying anything bad for Dizzy. Dizzy really creates great music. I wish one of these songs could be a Guns N' Roses songs, but they're not. Probably they're not letting him, write for Guns N' Roses. And since we are here on 2018, I had him. I think I had Goat somewhere here, but not in the top. And now I regret this because I love Prequel. And then I had Ryan Roxy, great album also. Slash Miles Kennedy, really bad album actually, but it ended up on number 4. Slash is going to release a new album in 2027. I hope it will be better than this one and than the last one. Then we had Judas Priest's Firepower, great one. And then we have Perfect Circle, which you will say, what? Are you listening to this? Not much, sometimes. And we had Wishes from Hellstorm, and that's the last good album from Hellstorm. After this one, they just went bad, man. So, that was Dizzy Reed. Then what else we have? Nothing much. Yeah, that was all. And what other website can we check out? Let's check out Metal Sucks. What do they have? They have Ozzy Tribute, Sebastian Bach Curses, Foreigner Wants to be Taylor Swift, and Trace. Whatever. Polyphia gets in the game by sharing the theme music they wrote for the fighting game 2XKO. Interesting. I like fighting games. Spinal Tap. Yeah, not much interesting things here. Metal Sludge. While we open Polyphia. Cool, I'll check out this song. Let's go. Probably cool song. Metal Sludge, Mean Man, Wasp guitarist Chris Holmes, 81 Hell Smokes, Randy Rhoads on guitar. Ho 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 ho. Okay. Nothing new here. Metal Edge, that doesn't even exist anymore because they like relaunched this website, because of the famous the famous magazine. And then the last interview they did, or the last story, was in 2023, I think. Paul Gargano. No, I cannot see the date here. Because they quickly realized that people don't want to go on websites anymore. So they stopped. Music journalism in today's world, my friends. Okay, let's go to Kerrang, man. I like Kerrang. Still I do. Oh, this is not a Kerrang. Sorry. This is an old Kerrang. Or we can explore that too. Like, okay, we can explore Kerrang here and this Kerrang here. But this is how I first heard about Yungblud, because he's very frequent on Kerrang. Launches an unofficial curator on Apple Music. Artist curated plays much more for Apple Music. Cool. And yeah, Amy Lee, Poppy. Why not? Why not Poppy? Amy Lee, Courtney LaPlante, her band having got these, metal awards. President. Why not? President is a new band. At least people are interested in. So let's have them. Let's have this band. And then you can vote, and then we can all have fun, and then we can have a ghost category, and we can have Lorna Shore category, or whatever, what I was talking about in the previous section of this video. Hey guys, subscribe, please subscribe, and ask some questions, because I'm going away soon. So this is Kerrang. I like Kerrang, and this is Kerrang from, which I found online, from 2006, I think. Afi. We have Afi, we have Bullet for My Valentine. They have cool things. See, the Kerrang Dev Rock is coming. Nice. Go back into the 2000s, man. Oh, we have this girl. What was her name? Oh man, what was her name from the old Kerrang magazines? Barbarella, Cinderella, Pandora. The name is Pandora, right? Cool. Like a character developed in the old Kerrang. Interesting. So why I saved this actually? I saved this because I saw I think I saw a cool album review. Look, 2000s aesthetics, Kerrang, like these hairs and everything. So yeah, let me just show you this. What was the point of me saving? Here it is. Maybe you already see it, but it was a review of a great album, one of the greatest album of sleaze hair glam of the 2000s, called Hardcore Superstar 2005. Their best album, probably, and one of the best of the genre that year, or the whole decade. Yeah, you cannot see. Today on Kerrang, no, you don't see this, which is shame. It's really a big shame, but you used to see this on my website, but as I told you, I don't do reviews anymore. And I sometimes like to find them and read them, the old ones. So that was it for this time, guys. I think you understand me, what I was, talking about MTV Awards, the performance, and what I would love to see in the future. So you haven't commented, so if you want, you can do it in the comments down below when I finish this stream, which I think. Anyway, thank you for watching. What can I say? Subscribe. See you next time. Ciao.